As a part of this, we are creating this space in many ways. We have three types of education, in Isha. We have what's called as Isha Vidya, which is in rural India, which includes our own schools, which are mainly focused towards teaching English language, computer sciences, regular academic education at a certain level, bring discipline and well-being, health and well-being, nourishment, which is most important in the villages, and get them out of the village, because to get out of that economic and social pit in which they are, education is just a passport for them. That's one level of education. Another level of education, we have what's called as Isha Homeschool. This is for the little more affluent people. This happens inside the yoga center itself. We have a huge tract of land and various facilities. These schools are run in a certain way. 20 children live with two dedicated house parents, and everything, the school itself is inside the house. That's why it's called a home school. Only for playground, laboratory and libraries, they go out. Everything is inside the house. This turns out expensive, an expensive way of delivering education, but this is done by dedicated people. As a rule, we never take any trained teachers. We have doctors, engineers, accountants, all kinds of people, but no trained teachers, because we want education to happen as an inspiration, not as putting, shoving down information down somebody's throat. As an inspiration, children should get that spark of wanting to know something. There is a whole range of activity of theatre, art, music, sport, all kinds of things. Many of our… 2, 3 of our boys are now in professional football in Germany. So, like this, they're going into various things. This school gives an enormous range of things. And I made this now, 11th, 12th, I made it 3 years. Not 2 years, 3 years. I said 1 year extra, because by the time they get to 11th, a whole lot of parents will get marks mad. We have invested so much time in music, theatre and many things. Now 11th standard comes and everything is dropped and they just start doing only trying to get marks. So I said, 3 years, if you want you stay, otherwise no. The surprising thing is nobody wants to withdraw their children. This wouldn't have happened 25 years ago. Everybody would have withdrawn their children. Now nobody wants to withdraw, not even one child wants to be withdrawn. Everybody wants to go through 3 years for 2 years. Just as an experiment, I announced this. Everybody is taking to it. The idea is, see, Indians, wherever I go, what I see is they are in the best jobs, they're earning well, they're highly qualified, but they can't sing, they can't dance, they can't paint, they can't do any damn thing except going to work. Really, this is an unfortunate thing, there's no life. So, so I thought we must invest enough in the children. Before they get into professional colleges, we have to invest enough in their art, music, sport, variety of interest. They must explore many things. There's another school which we call as Isha Samskriti. Here, if any child enters, compulsorily they must stay with us as a commitment for 12 years. Only with that commitment we take the children. Here there's no academics, they learn only yoga. Kalaripayattu, which is the mother of all martial arts. Have you seen Kalaripayattu, Kerala? Yes. Kalaripayattu, classical dance, classical music, Sanskrit language and English language. This is all they learn. You must see these children, you won't believe. They are a different set of human beings altogether. Here the focus is just this, developing human body and human brain to its fullest without a purpose. I am doing this because this is how I grew up. I grew up without a purpose. My father was beat his head and said, what will this boy do? He's not getting qualified for anything. So I would say, if I'm not qualified for anything, I can do just about everything. So, these children are growing up in such a way, most amazing, you won't believe it unless you see it. I'm just to tell you an experience. From age of 6 to 18, they are with us. After that, if they wish, they can stay, otherwise they can go out and do what they want to do. There are many things that they can do which we are supporting them to do. From 15 to 18, they become monks for 3 years. Extreme discipline and focus, very serious practices. So before I initiate, this compulsorily they have to come out at 18. They cannot choose to be monks. They have to come out at 18 because this… we have made them go into it as children. When they become adults, they must come out of it. They cannot choose to continue. So, first batch I wanted to initiate, now another is coming now in July, the third one. The first batch when I went to initiate about 3 years ago, 60 days, 15-year-old children, they have been on 60 days of silence. Morning 3:30 to 8:30 in the evening, they are in some kind of yogic sadhana. Minimum of 8 hours, they're keeping their eyes closed and sitting, okay? Just another 4 days are left for the initiation. I want to see how these boys and girls are doing. 14 of them in the first batch. I went there to see, morning 3:30. I went and sat in the room. These 8 boys and 6 girls were sitting there. I'll never forget this in my life. They were just sitting there like that. Believe me, they were literally glowing. I sat there and wept because I've never seen children like this in my life. I was not like this when I was 15, for sure. They are beyond anything that you can think of, simply because they are focused in developing the human mechanism to its fullest, not about how to earn my living. This is not the question. When an earthworm with 1/1,000,000th of your brain can earn a living, with such a big brain, earning a living, is it such a big problem? It is it's the grossest way to approach life is, how will I earn my living? Everybody can earn their living. The only problem comes in your life when you want to live like somebody else, that's a problem. But earning a living is not a problem. If you just make what is considered survival minimal, don't go on exaggerating it, then you will see you have a whole lot of time and opportunity to create what you want in your life. But people keep on raising the bar of survival so much that they will not get to do anything in their life except surviving. In the end, they don't know why they survived.